What is up, everyone? I am Banksy and welcome back to another Saturday Night Racing League event. And today we're continuing on from last week or last race, which was at Auto Club. We skipped the race that was at Chicagoland. That race didn't go out as planned, so that one is being skipped. We moved on to Richmond though, and this one was fine for 99% of the race. And then the last percent, I was hot. Okay, so you're going to see some tempers flared. You're going to see some short tracking. It's some good racing, though. I will say the whole race was really good racing and good strategy throughout the whole thing. So make sure you stay tuned for the whole thing, and then my little rage at the end of the race. So I couldn't hold it back, but it was very frustrating. You'll see why when we get to the end of the race. But thanks everybody for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit since this video was supposed to come out, but we finally got time to do it and get it edited. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get in the race. See you guys on track. Let's get on with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Let's get on with it. Without further ado, fire in the hole here at Richmond.
From Richmond Raceway.
Try not to die.
Take him off to the line. Here's that 24
I respect
car
the
on
Chad.
the inside of Bailey Turner. Will take him down into turn one.
I could
Great
have taken
jump
him 3.
around the outside for that 30 car of Jeremy Miller, who's going to get the run down the back straightaway. They'll go side by side into turn 3. No, Miller's going to clear, so he'll take the lead off that outside lane into turn 4, and he'll come out in the lead as we complete lap 1. Bailey Turner's going to go right back to the inside for lap 2, and they're going to go side by side down into turn 1. Miller's going to need that same run off the corner. He'll get it again, but Turner's got a really good exit there, and they're going to go back down side by side into turn 3.
2x2 all the way back through this field. You can see all the way back to about the 16th, 17th position with Max Cost. They were side by side momentarily with Floyd.
I didn't think I got it.
Right here with Chad Klinger, third position up for grabs on the high line. Chad Klinger is going to try to complete that pass. The outside's going to work for a while, but you will burn the right front off this car if you're not careful with it.
They're really close together there. The 09 and Chad Klinger kind of trying to pinch Carlisle off the corner, not letting him get the run on the exit, and they're going to stay stuck together into turn 1, really tight there around the corner. 71 will run him up the racetrack a little bit.
It's the one track on this game that I can't do anything other than drive. Like if I try to fuck my black box, it's all on the straights.
2 cars, 2 rows deep now, 3 rows deep as Wright is going to stick the nose in that 48, and the caution is going to come out here on lap 5.
I just want y'all all to plow one, and I'll just go underneath the pass wall. That'd be the ideal.
Green flag back out, caught him sleeping. Good start for Bailey Turner.
Yeah, Turner gets the jump off into turn 1, and Miller will fall in the line back in second.
I wanted to take him 3, but I didn't. I respected him.
The move around the outside.
Quarter did.
3 wide. A couple cars further back.
My integrity.
One car in the middle, but
My integrity is incredible.
Outside.
I thought he was just
further back in the field. You've got the 1 car around the outside there.
I'm a man of
2
high honor.
cars going right around the middle of the top 10. That's Massey on the inside, and that 23.
Oh my God, he's not going again.
Right now, Bell trying to clear him on the outside, but he's still stuck behind that 71 of Carlisle in front of him, and there's contact off the corner. But Massey does a great job to hold on to it. He's gonna have to go 3 wide into turn 3.
That wasn't my bad. I don't know. I thought
taking
that was
advantage of that situation. Massey got really loose.
These guys are charging entry very hard and going to cook their shit very quickly.
Contact with the 23 definitely got sideways.
Well, it might not matter if they just wreck
caution here. It looks like Bradford more problems for the 97.
That means too many cautions.
Bailey Turner on the loud pedal.
Yeah, he's going to get away down.
Launched a lot better that time.
Great launch for him as Miller's going to fall a little further back to Carlisle.
Oh, God dang, Chad.
Last time, that car's going to try to make a move on the outside. He's not
your ass America.
Line in second, with Carlisle behind him in third, and Klinger now on the inside instead of the outside for this restart, trying to make something happen back and forth.
Looking side by side with Carlisle.
In Chad's defense, I did purposely go late in front of him.
Gives a lot of
okay, that was just about
because I have a deal with Bailey. I'm not going to throttle up when he throttles up.
Way up to the top 5, up 5 now. On board with the 48, pinch on the 09 of Chad Klinger, trying to get maybe a 2 for 1.
I
need to go way late
now. Inside there for third. He's been trying to.
I made sure Bailey cleared.
Side by side. What feels like the last 10 laps as long as we're under green, and he's gonna get a little nose ahead there out of the corner, but Carlisle's got the better run on the outside of 2, and
they look like they're backing up their entries now.
Into turns 3 and 4.
On board with Joshua Banks in the 35. This is another driver
35
that we have an on
I'm
board.
trying.
There's a look at the simulator
I got
setup
a
from
slow
the
email
35
Ray.
machine. Thanks to the iRacer on YouTube. If you want his first-person point of view,
Snail
go
mail.
over there, check it out. And one of the premier sponsors, the main sponsor here in the Cup Series, MJ Distributors, continuing to work through this field, up 5 spots as well.
Yeah, he needs a good run today. He's currently about 10 points ahead of that cut line there to make the chase. So a good run today will go a really long way towards helping him out when we get to Atlanta next week and he needs to clinch a spot into the chase. He's still looking for 8th up the inside of Massey right there in 9th, and it looks like he's going to get the spot for now, but he won't quite be able to clear him down the front straightaway and be back to the inside into turn 1 and 2, and now it looks like he will clear that pink 23 car of Massey.
One at a time. Lap 22 underway. Chad Klinger still working around the 71 at Carlisle. And last season when we were here, well, he's not out here on the racetrack this week, but it was Alex Bell and Reggie Ortega. They went back and forth for 15 laps side by side like this. It took them an eternity, and that was for the 8th position. So, you know, those guys, everyone competitive all the way through this field. Those two, I mean, they never really settled it. They went side by side several different times in that race. And that's what Richmond is. It just seems so even out of these exits right now for Klinger. He's probably getting frustrated.
Yeah, both sides of this track look pretty good right now. That bottom line and that kind of one lane off the bottom line are working really well for these drivers. Klinger's been stuck side by side with Carlisle for this entire run, and he still can't get clear. Neither driver's been able to get an advantage. They've really been remarkably even around this whole racetrack. And now Carlisle or Klinger on the inside is going to get a run on the Carlisle.
Little
Can't
dude.
quite get there as the 71 continues to pinch him down, and he's now starting
that thing in there to keep
make
him coming.
time on the
But I may
30
also
car there. Miller right in front of him.
These guys don't cook their shit and make me mad.
No,
Deep to the high line for the 2nd position, but
Don't
here
fucking
comes the
wreck off
09
a 2
and Klinger
and
to
pull
fight
back up in
back
front of me.
again. Manley Turner going to lead another one this time by. He's led 23 out of the 25 laps completed.
Yeah, he's off to a really hot start here. He's been able to keep Miller behind him, kind of keep himself out of the chaos, which is going to allow him to maybe save those tires a little bit more than if he was back there in that battle for 3rd going at it with those 2 cars.
Look at it from the blimp camera. It looks like Klinger's starting to prevail on the inside. He had the nose ahead out of turn 4. He'll put the nose back even with the 71 down the backstretch. You gotta wonder, Sky, are they burning up these tires racing side by side? Jeff Wright has been patiently waiting on these two to settle.
Oh yeah, definitely. With how hard they've been racing for 3rd, those cars behind them. I mean, once this battle does eventually get settled, Jeff Wright's gonna have a really good shot at trying to get around him for 4th and maybe even 3rd. Because these cars are using up this first set of tires really quickly in this battle. Carlisle's using it to try to finally get around Klinger, but he just can't get there. Carlisle for now is going to hold on for 3rd, but Chad Klinger just won't go away on the inside.
Battle continues for about the 7th consecutive lap here between the 71 and the 09, but now conceding some ground. Chad Klinger loses the spot for 3rd, and here comes Jeff Wright for the 4th spot.
Yeah, right in a good position there because he didn't spend the last 7 laps fighting with Carlisle. He's going to have those better tires, and he's going to try to use them to his advantage. Carlisle's going to drop to the inside, leaving some clean air ahead of Wright to try to get around him on the outside. Doesn't get the run he needs, but he is starting to get clear of Chad Klinger. He will get clear of Chad Klinger down into turn 3. That 09 car is starting to drop through the field as the 48 is trying to mount a charge with the 73 of McWhorter coming with him.
Porter follows suit, gets to the outside of the 09. Continuing to move through this field. Joseph McWhorter also on offense. 6 positions gained for him as well.
Yeah, +6 from 11th to 5th. He's really charging through that field, and now he's going to look on Wright and Carlisle up in front of him in 3rd and 4th and see if he can get something done there as Wright drops to the inside on Ryan Carlisle, trying to get a move done for 3rd. And a really good corner for him. He's going to run him up the track a little bit on exit, but they stay pretty even. Wright will go back to the inside in 3 and 4, and he'll try to get the run on Carlisle, but Carlisle's going to fight back pretty well out of 4.
Lap after lap, Bailey Turner loving what he sees in his mirror. He hasn't had any contest for this top spot since he took it over on lap number 3.
I'm trying to cut you off
Carry
there.
on as Jeremy Miller tries to chase him down. A little bit deeper in the field, though. We still have a lot of racing going on. This is back here for the 18th position. Here's Max Cost on board with the 63.
Yeah, looking on that Ford car right there of Rob Hamp, and right in front of him, and a big send to the inside down into turn 1 to try to make something happen. Get around that Ford car for 17th, and he'll get there, he'll get clear, and now he's got a bit of space up in front of him. The next car up the road, the 70 of Aaron Smith there running 16th.
Aaron Smith on that Clark Print shop. Oh, to EOL Challenge, trying to get around Jerry Bergeron in the 15th spot. Still a lot of work to do here for the 70 car. We've ran 35 laps for this top 15 on the stint. Top off with fuel for Aaron Smith. He can go a little bit further, and that'll help his cause. He can stay out longer than the rest of these guys in front of him.
Yeah, and I mean, he clearly has the pace. He qualified on pole for this race, and even despite that very near miss on the first caution, he's driven it all the way from the back, 34th position, up to 16th and counting in the early going of this race, and he's still got about 164 laps left ahead of him to move from 15th up to the lead and get around not just Bergeron and Hutton in front of him, but hopefully for him, Wright, Miller, and Turner up there in the top 3.
Aboard with your points leader, Alex Bell. Lap 37, trying to get clear of Klinger, almost made some contact into the entry of turn 3. Gonna hold it down there.
A lot more
the
than I
09,
do.
since that battle between him and Ryan Carwile, burned up those tires a little bit. Looks like the 09 fading away a little bit each lap.
Yeah, he's dropping all the way back to the field. He's gone back to 7th here. Looks like he might have had a car in the wall in front of him there, as he'll get a little bit of space. That 15 car of Alex Bell behind, but he's still holding on to 7th for now. And now the battle is going to be for 5th up here in that 73 car of Joseph McWhorter and the 35 of Josh Banks, sending it up the inside into turn 2.
Come on,
as
Chad.
they continue to stop Carwile, who just like Klinger has worn those tires up from that fight and is slowly starting to drop time to those top 3
Is the top
cars
10
of
like
Bailey
spread out a
Turner,
lot?
Jeremy Miller, and Jeff
not
Wright.
really. Hey, let me
We're
go.
all trying to
Let's go.
check out from this battle for 4th behind.
Just ask because I see like
Klinger got
4th
in the wall a
second
little bit there
behind
just
Jeff.
before turn 3.
Yeah, but there's
It
some
looks
pretty
like Banks
But
going
they're
to try to
all
get the 2
behind. Yeah,
for
that's what I
1
was trying to figure out.
special.
Thank you.
Doesn't quite clear the 71. He does get by
A little gap
McWhorter
after
in the
the next bundle
73.
of 3.
This
and
is
then
for the
bundle
top
of
5.
3/5.
Actually, Banks already in there, but he's
Yeah,
going to
you
look
take
for
care of
4th
my stuff.
now. Carwile has put up a fight on this outside. He's worn
they
out a
got
lot of
behind
tires
Jeff.
already. Banks is going to be wise to try to get by him as soon as possible as they see the
I
third
don't feel like I'm over driving, so I'm gonna
top
keep
3 pretty
doing
much
it.
pulling away.
Shove Ray out the way.
That battle
You're
round
all over the
still
place there for a
going.
minute.
Banks
You're
is
good
going
now,
to get
though.
it up there a little more this time. He's not quite clear yet, and he's going to try to fight back around the outside. Carwile is, but I don't think he's quite going to get there. That curved straightaway is going to give a little bit of an edge to Banks on the inside. He'll be able to get away for 4th. Now it's McWhorter trying to get something going for 5th on the inside of Carlisle. Again, he wasn't in a tight battle for a lot of this race, so his tires aren't as burnt after that battle that Carlisle had with Klinger, and now he's going to try to steal that final spot in the top 5 away from him. As Klinger has continued to drop, he's fallen behind Alex Bell back to 8th.
And now the 70 of Aaron Smith, finally to the inside of Jerry Bergeron.
I'm in too
for
tight
the
of a point
15th
situation to
position.
try the extra
Coming
stop.
out
I
of
have to
turn
go with the
2,
conservative
side by
strategy.
side down the back stretch. Aaron Smith
Oh,
just needs to clear this 1 car, and he has some clean air in front of him.
Yeah, they're going to go side by side again down the straightaway, but Bergeron's making that top line work really, really well for him, and he's done a good job of holding off that hard charging 70 car here for the final spot in the top 15. Bergeron done a really good job of just running that top, not letting him
There's
get
all
the run
entrance
off, and that's what he needs to
before
do.
the 3.
Hold on to this 15th spot for now, and
Okay.
Yeah,
hold
but that's
on
the
to
slow
that
way.
top 15 position.
True.
Quarter of a way
But he
through
did get off
roughly
the track.
here,
He was
45
good.
laps into this 200-lap run.
Oh, McWhorter defense.
Like,
Billy
if I
Turner,
pit right now, I
Jeremy
would not be
Miller,
using
and
that.
Jeff Wright, the top 3, as they
I'd
have
be
pulled
using the
away
banking.
from Joshua Banks. Banks has put some gap between him. McWhorter wasn't able to get around the 71. Carlisle holds it into 5th.
Stop.
So approach lap 46.
Sorry, Alex.
He is 6 seconds ahead of the leader.
They're still side by side a little
He's asking-
further back as Klinger's already fallen out of the top 10. That's Butcher Benjamin in
He
that 10
stopped
car
on it
up his
because he
inside in
was
10th
slow and the
place.
frame might have got into
Lakatos
him.
has
He
also
moved way
gotten
up the
around him
track.
there for 9th. Klinger's on the
just caught
outside
your rear badly.
trying to fight back against Taylor Butcher Benjamin there in that 10 car.
Me and
Get it
Joseph,
for now.
me
And
and
it
McWhorter had to
clears
squeeze off him
10.
too.
He is rapidly falling through this field the longer this green flag run goes on, and now Carlisle is starting to slip further back towards the likes of Alex Bell and Reed Massey.
Extra. Read all about it. The 35 is
Lakatos in
fine.
the number 50. In a situation here with the
feel like
points
I'm
as
flying.
well. We were talking about that
You are
just
though.
in the
You're
pre-race.
gapping us, and then you're catching the
You
front.
can look
back.
right here. Casey Lakatos in
Don't
8th
feel like
spot.
it.
faster than these two in front of me.
He's not
but
too
I
far
just
from
can't
that
really.
cutoff line. Only about 24 points separate him in that
Shit,
line.
I went way high.
You've got a lot of drivers that are outside looking in, like Matthew Radford, like Max Cost. Chris Hodge is right on the edge of that. Cotta's doing what he needs to do here to maintain this top 10.
Yeah, Jeremy Miller is having a really good run. He was right on that cut line in 11th, and look at this, he's up for 2nd now, challenging for the lead on Bailey Turner. He's gotten right up to the bumper, closer than he's been since this restart, and he's starting to get there for the lead, with Wright also closing that gap back in 3rd. All 3 of those cars pulling away from Joshua Banks, who's about a 2nd behind in 4th, and then it's another 2.5 back to that 2-car battle between Carlisle and McWhorter back there.
Side by side continues. The
have to go
71
roughly
has
30
pretty much
or
written
20
the
more
book
laps.
on
That
how to
feels painful
defend
at
the
this point.
outside on almost 3 wide. They will go 3 wide into 3. Here comes Alex Bell on the bottom.
Bell trying to charge up the inside of that 3 wide. They're not quite going to stay 3 wide because Carlisle's got that run on the outside. He's got that lane working really well in defense, but Alex Bell is going to be able to send it up the inside of Joseph McWhorter back there. He'll take 6th away for now, and Carlisle up in 5th is now under threat from the fast-charging 15 car, trying to move himself into the top 5, 51 laps into this race.
Maybe on board for the 15. Oh man, that's tight there. Into 1 and 2. He's going to fall back to the clutches of McWhorter. He's done a phenomenal job on the outside, even though that car maybe not up the speed like some of these other guys behind
This is
him.
frustrating.
He's going to make it difficult.
Can't make shit done for the inside.
Yeah, that outside's working really well. We've seen it working
back
for
to the
Gary
top side,
Bergeron
try
back
again.
there in 15th as well, because he's done a really good job.
I'm
of
all
holding
over
off Aaron
Bailey, but I
Smith in
can't
that
do anything.
70
I'm not,
car.
like,
Just by
significantly
running the
faster. I'm
outside
just
and
a
not
tip
letting
quicker.
him get a run up the inside. It's working for Bergeron. It's working for Carlisle, and even though Carlisle has fallen about 0.2
I
of
hurt
a
my
second
rears trying to make the pass
back
for a couple
from
laps there.
Joshua Banks in 5th, he's still keeping the rest of the field trapped behind him, with Joseph McWhorter still in 6th.
And that's what the name of the game is here at a short track. Make it difficult to get around you. Save the tires in the process. Looks like Carlisle is doing so. Nobody's been able to get around from 6th place on back. Here goes another attempt here from McWhorter. Just enough drive off of the corner for Carlisle to hold on for another position. Three-way battle for the lead, still hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one kind of like half lane up there is really working for Carlisle, but these top 3 cars are all still right around the bottom.
You're definitely faster than Bailey, Banks. I don't know what it would be like if I got in front of him, but you're probably better than me.
Time go for the lead. Looks like
I
right
don't
around
know.
the bottom
We'll
is
find
the
out.
way to go. If you're trying to defend, looks like a little bit higher is the
Gotta
way to
get
go.
to you
Just be able
first.
to choke off
Yeah,
the run
you've
of
been
cars
coming.
behind you.
Slowly.
We've seen Brian Carlisle do for about the last 10 laps now.
I want to beat him in, but at the same
Just an
time, I'm
amazing
so scared
drive
of
here for
yellow.
Bailey Turner, trying to add a 3rd win. And you look at the Cup Series versus the Challenger Series, multitude of winners. I believe in the Challenger Series there's only one repeat
McWhorter,
winner,
buddy.
and here there's only 2.
Go up the ghost.
How competitive does that kind of the appearance when you first get in here? Scott,
Yeah,
you're
for
new
sure.
here.
Sorry, Eddie.
What is your take
I was
on
searching
that?
for grip
Because
to
you
try to get a
know
run, and I really
that,
lit up my
well, you don't
rears.
know who's going to come out on top. But on top of that, you don't know who's going to make it to that final 12 based off of these points.
Yes, it's really even so far. I mean, Turner, he's held the lead for a lot of this race, led almost every lap, but Miller and Wright are still there lurking. Joshua Banks is rapidly driving up through the field, and I think there's some cars further back, like that.
Is there any gap behind Carlisle?
They're going to mount a charge as this
no,
race goes
it's
on. So it's really
me,
anybody's
Carlisle,
game here with
we're going at
140
it.
laps at Richmond. A
What
lot
about,
of different
like,
ways
is there a
this
gap
can
behind
shake
you
out
guys?
still. Turner still holding the
Okay.
lead for now,
Thank you.
but Miller
Yeah,
has
it's
consistently been
like
about 2 tons back, and he's
3
starting
tons,
to hit
3, 4
lap
tons, something like
traffic.
Just trying to figure out how much of an
Cars at the
overcut
back
I
of
can
the field.
afford.
There was a 31 and Keith Shoemaker letting the lead 3 go
T3,
by.
Myself, then I got
Jeff Wright
Chad
gonna
sniffing
go
my ass
around.
right
Here
now.
comes Joshua Banks. He'll be the next car.
Moment.
Met up at the wrong time though on the exit of turn 2. Now we'll clear into the entry at 3, and Bailey Turner down pit
Three-stop
road for the
strat.
24.
He could technically make it on one more
First
from here.
car into the pits.
It's
in
a
this
three-stop
lead
strat,
pack
though.
is
It's not about
gonna
fuel,
be
it's
that
about tires.
24 car.
Well, yeah, I know, but like he
Barely
ran
turned.
60.
He's
I think he's
running
free
really
stopping
well
as well.
up
I
there in the
agree
lead.
with you.
He's going to come down, take
But
some
he does
tires,
weird stuff
60
sometimes,
laps
so this
into
could just be an
race,
undercut two
try to
stop is what
bounce
I'm
it
trying to
back out.
say.
Doing a bit of an undercut here on Wright and Banks, and
Goes up
hopefully
the
that
right
will get
long
him
and be
further
slower on the
out
long
into
run,
the
which
lead,
sucks, but
so he can try to run away with this race
tires
more than he
matter.
has already.
They continue to stay out. Jeremy Miller getting his 4th lap led in the 30 car. Comes Jeff Wright to the outside. He's going to try to take it away. Door gets closed down the backstretch. Top 3 changing hands. Will the 30 come down pit road? No, he will not. Going to stay out for another lap. Here comes Wright.
He's back to the outside there. They're going to head down into turn 1. This is going to be the best
Admirable
chance he's
fight.
had
I
all
enjoyed it.
race to steal that spot away from Miller. And he's still on the outside.
there.
Good run through the corner there for Jeremy Miller, but Jeff Wright is going to take the lead for
I
now
shouldn't have
down
used
the
so
back
much
straightaway.
stuff
He
trying
isn't
to
clear
fucking
yet,
battle
though.
Bailey.
Miller with another
That's
good
just
run
awesome.
through the center of the
Good
corner, and
bitching
now they're
there.
going to hit a
Actually
lap
driving
car
it.
up the road, and Wright is going to get
This
clear
last
so he can
stuff.
dive to the inside around
he also
that
hated
car.
Kansas.
Miller will drop back to second, and they're all still staying out on the
At least I
racetrack.
can understand Kansas. I don't understand how anybody could not like
Holding
this.
on here, lap 64. And some of these drivers came down and topped off. There's Austin Belkey coming down for his pit stop. He was one of those
Jeff's
drivers
using the
that
middle
stayed
a lot
out.
in
Yeah,
Frankfurt.
Got a few
that's how
that
I'll
have
call it, y'all.
topped off, such as Brandon Wallace, Chris Hodges, Bryce Shoemaker,
Use the middle lane.
Gillett Weekly, Doug Sweeting.
I can't do it.
and
I
Aaron
want to.
Smith.
I'm
And
too
Aaron
loose.
Smith has worked his way up to the
Can I
12th
try
position
here,
here.
Yeah, he's now looking on Butcher Benjamin in that 10 car, and he'll get him there,
Two for
moving
one.
up into the top 10. Oh, yeah, double overtake there because he pulls away from the 88, too. Had a little bit of trouble off the corner. Alex Smith in that 70 into the top 10 here during this pit cycle, and he's got some clear air in front of him to try to pursue that 09 car of Chad Klinger that has rapidly fallen on those old tires. So Klinger starting this
just didn't
run
wanna
in
let
the
you roll
second,
bottom,
in
so
the
it's got more
second
time.
row.
Do middle
Alex
back
Smith
right now.
starting it at the very back, and they're getting close to meeting on the
Go get
racetrack
him.
here for
we're
ninth
gonna try.
place.
For Chad Klinger, I think it was just a product of racing side by
I
side
should
with
have
Ryan
battled Bailey. It's
Carlisle
my
a
only
little bit
mistake
too
I made so
long.
far.
That's caused him to be in this situation.
What's the lap
You
times?
can see him riding just
As in,
behind
what
Casey
was the like
Lacatas.
fast lap times? 22s?
22
Eighth
lows,
spot.
like 2s,
Chad
3s
Klinger
at the
going
start of
back
the
on
race. He can
offense.
run
There's the
faster than that, but that's
24.
what we were doing at race pace.
Bailey Turner.
He might have pushed for like Q-type
And
laps.
look at the chaos through the front stretch.
It's definitely
He's
over a
moving
second
through
lap
some
on the
cars.
stick.
He's on those about 60 lap better tires now. He's going to
It's
try to make
22
some moves
nines, I
through
guess,
some
the
of these
fastest, but
cars
it's
that have
21
come down,
nines,
some cars
few
that haven't
laps.
come down. He's up
Yeah.
into 25th,
Yeah.
one lap down with
Like,
that
when I
pit
was behind
cycle.
him for the first
He's
10
gonna
laps of
slowly
Run Banks,
start
we
to
were running like
approach Wright and
24s.
Banks here.
Gotcha.
Maybe look if they stay out long enough
I
to
want
get a
him to
lap
fall off
back.
happen,
Wright has done a really
23s.
good job holding that lead, though. He's pulling away from Joshua Banks, and he's taking
really
about
cooked my
a
rears in lap
1-second
traffic,
lead
didn't do
over
many
him
favors.
there as Jeremy Miller drops to third.
So for Miller riding in second, he got a couple more laps led before Jeff Wright took it away from him. And ever since then, he's starting to fall off the pace. You can see he's losing some ground to the 35 of Joshua Banks. We'll wait patiently here because the 35, he tends to strive here on tracks that go green,
Be safe.
especially when it's a short track. If it's under a mile, Joshua Banks is going to find his way to the
Not
front.
do that at
If
all.
you keep going green
I
for
was gonna
long
pit that
enough,
time, but then you guys
you'll
lost
win
so much
this
time.
race.
Trying to avoid the entire
Yeah, he's
time.
plus 11 since the start of this
That was
race.
the
Started
bait
out
nut.
back in 13th, and he's driven his way up to second on this long run. He's been one of the faster cars in the field for sure. But look at that, it's the 24 car on that undercut strategy. Bailey Turner will fly around him on the outside here on those fresher tires. Now looking to get around right to get his lap back. But Joshua Banks will be the next car down pit road, and he'll pit on lap 71. The rest of the cars around him, though, are going to stay out for now.
So does this
I'm just
force the
scared of
hand
pitting
of
because
Jeff
I only
Wright
need
and
a good
Jeremy
finish. I'm
Miller
not
to
trying to
come
win
in
the
as
race, you
well?
know?
72 laps on the stint for all of these cars, pretty much in the top 10, with the exception
Come on, boys.
of Aaron Smith, who came in and topped off during that last caution. Here comes another one, Ray Massey.
Yeah, another car down pit road there. Leaders slowly starting to trickle. I think Wright and Miller are definitely going to have this overcut work for him, because that 24 car is on 13 lap fresher tires. If they pit right now, so he's really made a lot of time up on those newer tires, and that's time that's going to be lost when these cars come into the pit lane. So they're going to hope that staying out longer gives them better tire life over the next run, and it kind of balances out with that 24 car of Bailey Turner there.
It goes green, I'll regret not doing
We're
the
going to
extra setup.
probably figure out here with the 24, being on older tires, how much he really has in the tank. He's making up a lot of ground on Jeff Wright and Jeremy Miller, as he was able to unlap himself, work his way up to the 14th spot. Jeff Wright, Ryan Carwile just now getting out of turn 2.
Yeah, more and more cars starting the pit. We're down to only about 15 on the lead lap. A lot more cars starting to make their pit cycle. Jeff Wright still out on the racetrack there with Ryan Carwile and Alex Bell currently holding down the top
74,
3 spots.
75,
All those cars in the top
78,
10 have not
75.
hit yet. And with 76 laps to go, it's a matter of how much longer can they stretch it, because more and more cars are coming down every time.
There's Joseph McWhorter pitting from the 5th position. He'll get in perfect to the box here.
Thanks, Mark.
Jeff Wright going to stay out an additional lap on top of that. The 30.
High or low?
I'll
only went
take
like-
bottom, or just
Right,
go low.
just came down for service.
I went 2 laps longer than you, and you're way
Talking
out
about
there.
Jeremy Miller and how
Bailey's gone
solid
right
he's
now,
been
but
in the top
I'm-
3.
Yeah, but you have a big advantage over him. I don't really have an
Just
advantage
now back
over
out
you.
on the racetrack, Sky. I gotta say that this strategy is all over the place, and I think we have a
Where you
caution or
at?
2 to thank for that.
I'm 3 seconds
Yeah,
back
those
of you.
early cautions really kind of
Really, Mark
threw a
Whitley?
wrench into things,
I'm on
and it's led
stickers.
to a lot
What?
of different strategies.
Pick a
being
fucking
played.
line.
Cars trying to make it as long as they can, like Jeff Wright up there in the lead, and then some other cars, like that 24 car of Bailey Turner.
He
who's
blocked
made it
me
all the
low,
way
and then I went
back
to go
around
high of him. He
to
faded
11th,
high and blocked me
trying
high.
a lot shorter of a strategy to go for those fresh tires.
What we're doing.
Part of his way through the field before these cars.
Oh, they don't know. They're all over the
Like
place.
Jeff
They're on old
Wright
tires,
and Ryan
dude.
Carwile finally hit the pit lane. We're on lap 79, and they
I
haven't
know
showed
he's
any
better than
signs
that.
of coming
He did that
down
on
yet.
purpose.
So they're still holding on as these guys like Joshua Banks back here, along with him and Bailey Turner and all these other guys in the pit are finally
It's a little
carving
chaotic.
their way through the field and starting
Yeah.
to blow past
At a
these cars
left
in the top 10 who
on
haven't
the
played yet.
straights, middle.
Back on the
Or
lead lap here for
Micah,
Banks.
or whatever his name is.
shortly.
I was like, gosh, dang.
He only has a few more feet to get to Jeff Wright. Wright just now coming out of turn 2.
Thank you, Casey.
Go back to
I didn't know you were
Banks
catching
here.
me. Yeah.
You're good. Some of these guys don't look in their
Excellent.
mirrors at all,
He's
and they
in
just
the
fucking fuck you.
backstretch. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
There's Jeff Wright.
Yeah, Jeff Wright finally
Like
coming
Mark
down
McFadden.
on lap 80 after that long opening stint to start this
Oh,
race.
when you going in?
He's going to come out a lot
probably next
further
lap Jeff
behind
just pitted.
those cars who made those early pit stops, but his hope is that with those cars coming down early, he'll be a little faster on the overcut, and he can make the time back over the course of a run. Remains to be seen how that'll play out.
15
Just
pitting,
as
15
cautions
pitting.
This race may hold. We are at a short track. It's prone to chaos and sudden cautions, and that always tends to throw a wrench in the pit strategy at these places because you never quite know when that might strike.
was not
As
fun
Alex
there.
Bell is also going to make the turn down pit road now in that 15 car.
Anyone putting a 10 back?
Ryan Carwile comes by for his second lap lead. Onto the backstretch. When does the 71 bring it down? Looks like this time around, all the way to the bottom in 3 and 4. Ryan Carwile content with a lap lead on this stint.
Yeah, only a couple
My
cars still out
tire's
there.
worse.
Casey Lockett,
75, 70.
leading, and Logan Threlkeld are the
Feel like
three
I'm
cars that
tires,
have
which
pulled
will
on
not be shocking.
that have not come down the pits yet. And now Bailey Turner is up to 4th on those tires that I guess you can't really call them newer anymore because they're 23 laps old already. But he's made it up to 4th, and he's chasing down those top 3 cars who just need to make a move down the pit lane, and then he'll get the lead back.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not for you.
Yeah, we just self-spun out directly.
Laps led down
I
to the
hate
50
this
car,
league.
and we've got
Oh
a car
my
sideways.
God.
That's
Are you kidding me?
13.
Caleb or Casey, you called it.
Caleb Weekly.
I'm sorry.
Spin in 1 and 2. Here live from Richmond Raceway, the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series is on lap 90 out of 200. Sky, I don't know if you're familiar with what it means to get loud, but here,
Just figured it out,
presented
man.
by
Come on,
29 Graphics, we're going to go radio silent for this restart and present you Get Loud.
Of course they timed that together.
Jump right into turn 1.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I can't go nowhere. Ooh,
Oh my god, these guys are terrible.
sorry. I was just got loose all of a sudden again. Oh, Lord. Logan about spun it. Oh, he's in the wall. Still no caution.
People just don't know how to fucking drive this
Up on the
place.
back of the field, Logan
I
Threlkeld
just-
goes around. That was Get Loud, presented by 29 Graphics.
Loose
But
on
Logan
entry for no
Threlkeld
reason.
had some problems. We saw him there on the live camera. I saw him jerking the wheel back and forth, trying to get
Well,
this
they're
back
loose
under
on entry
control.
because
We
they're
got more
keeping their
problems for the Ford.
throttle matted to the floor on the end of the front
Right
stretch.
to the
You just can't
grass
drive
there,
like
he's gonna
that.
hit the inside wall, glancing below off that for Rob Ham.
Because they're getting
Still
loose before
rolling,
they're under
so is
braking.
Logan Threlkeld. Both cars going around the racetrack. Threlkeld on the apron. We're gonna get a replay of that. This is further towards the front here.
Here's Threlkeld in the 12. The 1 and 2 where he has problems. I'm not sure if he got loose on his own
wonder
or
if
if
2
the
stops from here
35
would
helped
work
him
it, or-
around, but here
I
we
mean, I'm
go.
gonna try it.
Into the
I wonder if it would
corner.
work for somebody that can afford to try it.
I feel like
Just
it was.
loses it. Yep,
I
back
don't
in,
know,
steps
man.
out.
I don't
Big drift
know
there
if there's
for
enough
Threlkeld
laps
into
for
the
an
wall.
extra stop.
I don't know if the
Yeah,
setup.
he really tried to save
is
it, and for a second it
gripped
looked
up
like he
enough
was
to
gonna
do that.
overcorrect it
Well,
a little bit, and
120
bit
was
hard
basically
right into
the
the wall, and he
finish.
ends up going head on.
Or about that.
Looks
So
like
they were
pretty
doing
good
60
amount of
lap
damage there.
stops,
He's
so
gonna
it
come
would have
up
been.
and
It would
fix
be.
it. Another blow there, entering turn 3 as he tried to get
40
that car
then
back
would be
around.
where you pit.
And then the 4 car
Right.
just goes
I just
around
don't know
in
if
the
it's
middle
worth
of the front
breaking it down.
straightaway. Whoa.
To an
Well,
extra stop, though. Especially, I just don't trust this
It
field.
was the transition here on the flatter surface. And for Hamp, they'll lose
tell to race it
a
out
lot
up
of
there.
ground back to 30 seconds.
That's all I'm letting do.
Problems, 2 separate incidents, but we stay green here. Here comes a 48 to Jeff Wright getting challenged by Bailey Turner for the lead.
Yeah, Bailey Turner up the inside. We hit the halfway point of this race.
gotta
He's
lead
trying to
that,
get
so
the
I don't
lead
need
back.
to
He
lead
led
anything
most
else
of the
other than
first 70 or so
from the
laps of this
race.
race, and he's still looking to get that lead back here around halfway. Wright is going to hold the lead for now. He's going to get clear around the outside of
Yeah.
Turner, who's stuck back
I
there.
probably got a
second.
little bit of a run.
Turner
There
will
we
try
go.
another run up the inside. He'll take a quick look, but he's not going to be able to pull inside.
Thank you, buddy.
Now he
Appreciate that.
is on the exit. Pretty good exit for that 24 car of Bailey Turner, sticking the nose in on the 48 of Jeff Wright, and they're going to go back side by side into turn 3.
The one silver lining here, Banks, is
Outside
we
has
pit
been
just
really
early
good
enough to
for
where like we were on
defending,
the lead
but Turner
lap.
trying to make the inside work and get
Yeah,
something
that
to
helped.
get this lead back.
Now, Frank
Jeff
is leaving
pitted and
plenty
we
of room
were
down
able to
there
clear
for
that.
Bailey Turner to get that run off the corner.
If he stayed out, then I was
As
catching
aggressive
him, but it
as we've
wasn't.
seen
Yeah,
before.
I mean, he only had a
There's
couple
a little
apple
pinch
tires.
there in the entry of 3, but still not enough. Bailey Turner is going to get to his door.
These two boys
Side
here,
by
'cause they
side
were
down the
fighting
front
hard.
stretch. Turner just not
The only
able to
reason
complete
right now
the
I'm
pass,
kind of
and
wishing
this
I
is
did stay out is
allowing
the other guys behind us are
35
all
of
so
Joshua
slow that
Banks
I'd be
to
running
come into
fifth
the
either way.
picture.
we've seen Banks get faster as these runs go on, so if he's third this early on in the run, he might have something going later.
Yeah, it'll help me beat
towards
you,
these fronts.
but I don't think it'll matter with the other three.
We might see a repeat of what we saw earlier in this race with that car of Ryan Carlisle, who's now been trapped a lap
If I
down.
didn't pit, I wouldn't have any
Chad
chance to help
Klinger
you.
in that
I didn't have a chance
09.
beating you.
So they battled so hard that both of them lost the tires and fell back to the field. Wright and Turner are going to try to avoid a repeat of that as the lap car of
Get off the track,
the
it's that
inside
bad.
in front of them. They're still side by side for the lead, exiting 4. Neither car really able to get an advantage so far.
Well, this is what we saw earlier in the race with the 09 at Klinger, the 71 at Carlisle, is that outside is good at defense, and for the 71, he was able to hold on a lot longer than the 09. But we see more of the same with the 24 Turner. Does he run to the inside of Jeff Wright for too long and then start to fade through this field?
As Joshua Banks slowly gets closer and closer, he's got that gap down about 2.5 tenths there down that front straightaway on the exit of 4. And he's going to try to run a little higher on the outside, following the footsteps of Jeff Wright, who's going to finally get clear on Turner, but he'll leave him the inside because he wants to be able to defend that outside line, and he will right here. Good run off the corner for Jeff Wright is going to get him another little bit of a lead, but Turner doesn't just want to tuck in. He wants to send it right back and try to get
Crack's going to start to grip up here.
FC Zero Sugar on the back of the 48, able to prevail with Zero Sugar. Zero Sweat on the 48.
Outside
He's
line
able to hold
prevailing.
on to it. I know with Jeff Wright tied with the points lead coming into tonight. And we're seeing Bailey Turner start to fade already. But with that points lead tied, it's been tight all the way through this season. Jeff Wright, the inaugural season champion. Brandon Wallace is around.
Oh,
Fucking.
my
The
gosh,
99 car
guys.
there, that's entering turn 1 right at the end of the front straightaway. Brings out another car.
I mean, you
What
can
do we
make it to
do?
the
Lap
end.
106.
Thing is, you can make it, so I would just
Yeah,
go
but-
in. How many
I
more
can't take a
sets?
set. I only have 2 sets left. I can't take a set.
Well, if you take a set and then they cause a caution in 30 to 50 laps or 60.
Yeah, but it's just I can't have 1 set left with 100 laps left in the race. There's no way in hell I can do that.
Yeah, oh,
I get that.
big hit into the inside wall there. Yeah, Massey just
I'd
getting
loan
into
you a
it.
set, but I
Finally
can't.
getting a little bit of contact between
Yeah, he
the
did take
two.
away round and get
You see
lucky.
another angle of this in the onboard of Massey coming down the front straightaway.
I'm going in.
It looks like Massey comes up, 99 comes down, and it ends in disaster for the 99. Big hit.
End of the day, then just take fuel, and then you'll make it, or you'll be right there to make it.
Probably some pretty decent damage on
And
that.
you'll flub that extra
99
tire
car.
set, or extra
Brewer
tire
stayed
set.
out.
Of course I sped trying to get my fuel situated.
One more look at it here.
Of course I freaking sped. Again, 2 weeks in a freaking row, dude. Dang it. Screw this, dude. I'm just trying. I'm just trying to get my tires in a freaking sped, man. Again.
I shouldn't have taken a set on the last yellow. That's what fucked me.
I swear, dude, this has been a terrible season.
Thank you, what happened?
Go freaking speeding again. Trying to uncheck. Just trying to uncheck some stuff, and here we are.
Brewer's gonna get some laps led. He needs that
I just wanted to be known how cordial I was right there.
He's outside of the top 12.
Oh yeah, I was gonna come over and say it before the caution came out.
Any way he can get him, and if he can somehow
Max, that was
figure
the
out a
slowest
top
drag
10
race
or
I've ever
top
been in.
5 out
Right?
Just made a massive mistake by taking the tire set under a previous yellow.
To next week.
Gosh, bless it, man. You
Cars behind
got
him.
to be
Jeremy
kidding
Miller was only
me.
in the box for about 5 seconds. There's maybe just
Why do I
fuel.
keep doing this to
Could have
myself,
deployed in
man?
8 seconds.
Alright, thank God.
Underway from Richmond.
It's green and Mark McFadden isn't going. Oh my god.
Jeff Wright will lead him down into turn 1, gets the run over the 24 of Bailey
Sorry,
Turner.
Casey.
He's got that damage on the rear end, but he's not going to let it hurt him on the start because he'll pull away to the lead. Contact
Now I
back
need
there
more.
with
Oh
Alex
my
Bell
fucking
in
god.
the
Oh my
15.
fucking god.
Christopher Hodges in the 50.
I'm gonna blow a gasket.
Keep it going steady, and now Hodges.
My mental health can't take this.
3 wide, dropping the field after that.
Holy
contact.
fucking
Alex
shit,
Bell
these fucking morons can't drive a fucking lap.
Aaron Smith moves it up into third and gets closer to that last first. Car around the outside, or car on the inside, is going to be Turner, and Bailey Turner will take the lead away from Jeff Wright.
Just behind that, Joseph McWhorter is also in a situation on
Dude,
offense.
you're more laps down than I am. Why are you?
To the outside now for the 70. I don't think Jeff Wright.
I don't know, Caleb. Why did you spawn the entire fucking issues with this race myself,
Back
man?
to second. Now has the 70 of Smith from that position.
Yeah, both of those cars
Don't worry, I
are
might even up on
outside
you with
here.
tires here with as
Down
much
to
as
the
this is
inside. We know that outside
probably
lap
burning the fucking
worked
tires off.
really well, not just
Stop.
for defending, but for attacking. Smith is going to try to get it here on right. He's going to stay on the
fucking
outside.
crew chief's
Wright's
like, you got
gonna do a
damage
good
on the
run
front
off
end, on the back end, you got wheel damage. No shit, Sherlock.
Smith and McWhorter kind of holding him back there, holding him down to the inside, and negating his runs off the corner. Now Smith will get clear and he'll drop to the bottom behind Bailey Turner, who's leading the race.
Watch him go green.
Turner, it's a matter of
How about you just shut the fuck
long
up
can
with
you
that?
hold off. The 70 in practice, in qualifying, just a little bit quicker.
I never touched him.
If he
I
has
never
anything
touched him.
for just yet. And the yellow
Sorry,
flag's
guys, I
going to come
wasn't
out.
ready to
Looks
get
like
to the
another
left thing
problem.
now.
Rob
Follow
Tippett,
clear.
maybe with a 5.
I'm taking tires now.
The 30. Jeremy Miller has had enough problems, especially with that caution that came out just a moment
Hey,
ago.
at least you won the truck race.
I don't know if this is the right call, but I'm doing it.
Well, your call that you did last Nashville worked.
Yeah,
so
I was about to say this is that Nashville call.
I'm right behind you on this one too.
Can I still have a set left? So
Take him out.
I still have a set left.
Mhm.
This garbage in my car is, I'm not even gonna waste it, so I'll waste it later.
Really gets into the corner there. Good job by Miller to avoid that and not make that wreck any worse.
Cannot pit
So
till.
23 seconds of repairs.
Only time I'll get in front.
I have 4.5 still, so.
Oh, Jeff's is damaged.
Yo, yeah, Jeff was killed.
Yeah, he was
Got
above
killed.
me
He
when
got killed.
when Phil
Oh,
Brewer rear-ended himself.
okay.
Yeah, Jeff was killed.
Wow. Yeah, me
Number
too.
48, Bailey Turner going to
I
lead
mean,
him
I might
into
go
turn
3. I don't
1.
know.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Aaron Smith, could he be the
Guy in front of you
first
sucks.
to get that EOL award? Green flag out, back underway.
Yeah, he's not going to do it immediately off the start. Bailey Turner with a good jump on the outside. Smith will fall in line on the inside. Eric Hutton trying to make something
What's
happen
that?
in that 88 car there in
Bill,
third.
don't lose
He's
it.
running through the field pretty
Plenty of
well.
race left,
Side
plenty of
by
race.
side with McWhorter back
Did
there.
Max come out right there? That's what it felt like.
No, you got
Inside,
loose.
Side by side. A couple rows back
thing
there.
snapped like Max
Gets
got my
spotted.
right rear.
Now we'll
Yeah,
pull up
it's
clear in
yeah.
front. Hutton, Butcher Benjamin, and Bergeron still going at it for that last spot in the top 5. 3 wide behind them.
Tag Klinger, Andy Trejo, Austin Belkey, 3 wide out of turns 2. They're going to stay 3 wide into the entry at turn 3, and here comes Chad Klinger back up to 7th.
I can't go nowhere near it. It's
Trejo
3 wide already.
slipping out through the middle there. It's going to be Klinger and
taking my
Belkey now
time.
going back down into turn 1, and they're going to be 3
Oh,
wide
stop.
again with
Well,
Trejo
he's
in
got
the middle.
big.
That's Alex Bell, as we alluded to
Oh,
in that
he's
fight for the
sideways.
regular season title. Contact
I
Trejo
was
around in front of the field and a big
Yeah.
hit.
Thank God I got through
93
that.
got
Same.
into him there.
I got almost turned.
Yeah, I
Big
saw
damage
that.
for both cars,
That's all
16, and I
probably
believe the 12 of Threlfeld
Jeez
also
Louise,
all
man.
involved in that incident down the back straightaway.
But Aaron Smith was obviously in the back the whole time, so I don't know what his face looks like.
Right. Well, I don't care. We got tires,
I
so
know it's been a
But he
tough
was the
one,
pole
but
sitter.
Hopefully
we got
can see it,
tires.
in a few laps.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Look at throw kill in the number 12. Back green flag racing. Logan, just before we let you go, where are we sending you?
CSA.
Oh, brother. 89 didn't go.
Here we have
He's
it.
still
Back
not going.
under green. Bailey
Real feels
Turner,
better.
Aaron
Oh,
and the
Smith,
10
just
Kraken.
McWhorter in a car to the outside wall.
Wall saved
Not
them.
sure
Barry
who that was. I think
Bergeron.
it was the
Oh
10
my
of
God,
Butcher
89,
Benjamin.
you fucking idiot.
Yeah, he was running up there battling for 6 or 7, and he's into the
Jeff is
fence.
coming. Head of steam.
Oh, big contact with the 1 car of Bergeron, sends him up the track into the outside wall, and he will fall all the way from the top 10 to 18th.
One.
Big drop to the field for him. As now we're 3 wide
Jerry.
coming off this corner here. This is for the
God bless
7th
America.
or the 8th position right here with Bergeron around the outside of Bell.
Bergeron got into the back of the 16, sent him up the racetrack.
Goodness
Now the
gracious.
15 is going to clear.
That was ugly. I got stuck behind the A9 so bad.
Whitley got a piece of it.
Yeah, it's all starting to get aggressive now with 62 to go. We've seen the cautions ramp up. We've seen the aggression ramp up out of these drivers. A lot more 3 wide than we saw earlier in the race. They've been going at it for the top 10 positions, and they're trying to get some points here with just 61 laps to go in this race.
Time's ticking away. From here on out, they can make it on fuel. Challenge for the lead. The 70th Smith looked to the outside on Bailey Turner. The door got shut.
Yeah, he's gonna look back to the inside. Near contact there, but he lays off of him. Doesn't want to push him up the racetrack there. Aaron Smith has about 90 extra reasons to want to win this race because he took that last of first challenge, qualified on pole, dropped to the back, and now he's up in second. Winning this race would get him $90 in bonus money, and he wants it badly here. As the laps tick down, he continues to hound Bailey Turner, who's led most of this race, and he'll try to lead for the first time today.
Peeks to the inside for a second time this lap. Just nothing there. Turner doing an excellent job of shutting the door, playing defense. Side by side back here with Eric Hutton and Mark Whitley. Whitley looking for the 4th spot.
And Whitley's had a great charge up through the field now. Didn't see much of him in the early bit of this race because he started out back in 26th, but he's running up to 5th and now 4th as he gets around this 88 car of Eric Hutton there, and he'll even get clear off the corner. So Whitley is up huge from where he started, up 22 spots. He's now running in 4th, and he can try to chase down McWhorter up there in that 73 machine.
We're side by side in the top 10 as we have Alex Bell and Joshua Banks into turn 3. Banks holds it on the outside. Pretty good defense. How about that for Jeremy Miller? Back up here into the top 10. I know it's not where he wants to be and where he was consistently at in the first half of this race, but how about it back to 7th?
So much.
Yeah, great recovery from him, and he's being challenged by Joshua Banks here, set it up the inside. Both of these cars run up in the top 3 at points in this race. We know they've both got a lot of speed, especially in the long runs.
I just can't run the fucking top
these two cars here, 7th and 8th, 35 into 30, to try to make some moves up through the field as this run continues. And a big send for Alex Bell is going to move him up into 8th.
I didn't want to race you,
stealing that spot away from Miller in the 30.
I'll send him back to you.
Another big send here with the 35 of Joshua Banks inside Chad Klinger. He will clear through 3 and 4. Up to 6th position now for the 35. Bailey Turner still playing defense on the 70 of Aaron Smith. Starting to calm down a little bit as you see the 24 get a good run out of 1 and 2.
Yeah, Bailey Turner starting to pull away a little bit for that 70 car, is dropping closer and closer to that 73 machine of Joseph McWhorter. We've seen him in the top 10 a lot of this race, but he's really found another gear in these last 50 or so laps, running up on the podium right now and looking to make some time on these top 2 cars as the battle continues to brew. Smith is going to maybe have another look up to the inside here, but he won't quite be close enough. Still under 0.2 of a second, and I'll hope he can get a run on Smith out of here to try and make something happen.
My side again here with the 35 of Banks looking to crack the top 5 inside of Eric Hutton. Hutton, of course, one of the big gainers up here in the top 10, up 10 positions. But it looks like going to lose one of those. Now only up 8. Joshua Banks up 8 positions as well. Hutton actually up 9, but 22 for Mark Whitley. And Aaron Smith, I mean, if you want to get technical, started on the pole. But it was all the way back to the tail end with this challenge. Chalk that up to the biggest mover of the race right now.
Yeah, last to second. I mean, you can't move much further than that unless he gets to first, which he is still trying to do here in this 70 machine. Looking on Bailey Turner as he has the last 10 laps. We're within 50 to go now, so it's really time for him to get going. It's right up to the bumper there on exit. Turner gets the better run out, and Smith won't be able to challenge him quite yet down into turn 3. He's getting right up to the bumper every time, but he doesn't want to move him out of the way. And he might try the outside here, won't quite get there, and he'll still stay in line for second, biding his time, waiting to get this move done.
So I need to correct myself that I said these drivers can make it to the end of this race. That is not true. Most of the top 10 is 43 laps on the stint. Challenge for the lead again here. Smith finally to the outside of Bailey Turner.
Christopher
Door shut
Hodges is
again.
running?
Now a dive to the inside.
Yeah, crosses him back over into one. They're going to be side by side through this first set of corners, and
isn't that
Smith
the
is going to
51?
try to get a good run out, but Turner shuts the door on him pretty well. We know this outside works really well for defense, and Bailey Turner is using everything he's got, squeezing Smith right off the corner, and it's stopping Aaron Smith from getting any kind of run, and he has to fall back behind. Bailey Turner unable to get the move done.
After lap continued, 153 about to be completed.
Yeah, I think my
out of
damage is making me
200
lose, sir. I'm struggling way
Richmond
more than you guys.
Raceway.
No, I didn't do anything.
Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series, putting on an excellent show in their short track series with Bristol and the Challenger. That was a phenomenal show. A little bit caution heavy, 14 cautions here tonight with a race recap. We've had 7 with 9 lead changes. Bailey Turner doesn't have Jeff Wright to compete with. Now it's Aaron Smith, who is kind of falling off here as of late.
Yeah, Aaron Smith is starting to drop a little further back, slowly towards the clutches of Joseph McWhorter and that 35 car of Joshua Banks, who has just been charging through the field up to 4th. He got around a bunch of cars there. Alex Bell also charging through the field. He's side by side back there with that 88 car of Eric Hutton. Both of those cars have been making moves, but Alex Bell has really turned it on here in this run. Started right around 10th, and he's trying to move up to 6th here if he can get around this 88 car on the inside.
It's technically 2 people driving this machine as we ride on board with Alex Bell. Baby on board. I don't know how NASCAR feels about that.
Got the car seat back there in the passenger seat, 2-seater.
Simply go look at that. We're just riding passenger here.
Hidden by the armrest there.
Yep.
He's got the little cradle in there on the side.
This is from the baby's perspective into turn 3.
Probably the fastest that baby's ever gone.
157 laps complete. Bailey Turner continues to lead. How about the defense? He had played so well on the outside and has maintained the lead. You can go through all of the different challengers between Jeff Wright, between Jeremy Miller, and Aaron Smith, but the 24 car, when he's on the same tires as everyone else, he just prevails, and now it looks like he's going to pull away. Does he short pit, though? I got to ask, in this situation, do you want to cut this run short? I think you go to the halfway point.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him try it earlier, and it worked pretty well before the caution came out, but that's kind of always the tricky bit on these short tracks, that a caution can come out as a car trying to get up the inside. Yeah, Joshua Banks is around Smith, charging all the way up to 2nd. He might be one of the fastest cars on the racetrack right now because he's gotten that car around McWhorter, around Aaron Smith, and now he's got a clear lane. 0.6 of a second back from Bailey Turner. Is going to be up to him to close that gap down, to get the run moving, to get that 35 car in victory lane.
This brings me back to Season 2 in the Saturday Night Racing League when it was just the Cup Series. I believe it was Joshua Banks in the rivalry with Bailey Turner. In fact, the 35 had Bailey Turner's face on the hood of his 35 machine during week number 13. A lot of rivalries here, and they're very silent. They're always kind of a group of guys that will talk to each other post-race, but you know, when it comes to the racing aspect of things, they're just so competitive, looking for an edge every lap.
Yeah, and Banks is getting closer. That gap that was 0.6 of a second, now down to 0.4 of a second and closing. Joshua Banks looking for his 2nd win on the season, but he has to pass Bailey Turner, who's looking for his 3rd. Both of these cars are doing pretty good in the standings right now. Bailey Turner's doing pretty good in the standings right now, and he needs to get a good run here to try and keep that going into the playoffs.
Another 10th that lap. Joshua Banks plowing away. Aaron Smith has fallen back about 0.7 of a second. Doesn't look like the 70 car is going to have a shot at that $90. Bailey Turner, Joshua Banks still duking it out. Now that Banks is caught up, though, to the 24, it looks like dirty air maybe playing a factor.
Yeah, that gap's down to 2/10. Aaron Smith continuing to fall off. I think if he wants a challenge, he might need a caution here because that gap's rapidly growing. Banks is 10th in the points right now, so he is in the clear, or he's in the good, but he isn't in the clear. He needs a couple more good runs this week, which he's getting right now, and next week at Atlanta to clinch a spot in that chase. But he's doing his part tonight at Richmond. In second and wanting more, and as we head down to 35 to go, he's going to try a send on the outside of Bailey Turner. We know that's the line that can work, but can he stay there off the corner? No, Bailey Turner shuts the door.
What a door slam there from Bailey Turner. He's done it better than anyone else. We see another send here from the 35 into 1. Doesn't look like he has the momentum off of turn 4 to do it again. It worked once. I don't think he's going to get it this time.
No, still there in second, still hounding. He's going to need to get creative, make something happen. Turner doesn't want to let him get that outside, and he's into the wall down the back straightaway. It'll cost him a little bit of time, but he's still there. He needs to get this run out of the corner because that's the best way to get around Bailey Turner. He needs to get a run out of 2 or 4 and get a send going. Got it on the outside once, but he couldn't make it work, and he needs to do that again.
They have pulled away about a full second from Aaron Smith, but if they get back side by side, Smith could get back into this thing. We still have 30 laps to go, roughly. Don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have to play defense and offense at the same time for your Banks. You got to make quick work of Bailey Turner, who really is up high through 1 and 2.
Yeah, still battling. Turner does not want to give Banks that inside, but Banks is saying, I might not even need it. I'm going to try the inside on Bailey Turner. Maybe a little bit of contact there between the two cars, but Turner slams the door, pulls down in front. He'll retain the lead down the front straightaway, and as we go to 31 to go, the battle for the lead is only heating up between Joshua Banks and Bailey Turner.
And just like season 2, Joshua Banks wearing Bailey Turner on the hood of his machine, trying to get by and get clear. How much longer is his patience going to last? Will he send him to the bumper? Here we go into turn 1 to the bottom.
I've already been.
He'll take a peek, but he's not going to be close enough to get there this time. He'll stay behind him. He hasn't really dropped back at all. The gap has stayed really steady. Only about half a car length at most. I mean, he's still all over that bumper of Turner. Needs a run in 3 and 4 as he drops a little further back to try to get the run, but it won't happen here, and he'll stay behind Bailey Turner. He just can't get the run he needs. He'll try the very top right now, going all the way, multiple lanes up to try to get himself a run off the corner. We'll see if it works down here. He will a little bit. He'll peek to the inside. Turner slams the door again, and with 28 to go, Banks still can't get around him.
He's going to get a decent run out of 4, though. Looks like both of them got a little bit loose to the bottom.
Yeah, here he goes. This is his chance. Banks is going to try to run him up the track, and Turner pinches him down. Banks has the nose on the exit, and he's a little bit ahead. Turner at his door into turn 3. Can he stay alongside? He's pinching him so far down. Try to get himself to run off, and it'll work. Turner will lead the lap, and they will stay side by side right on the doors of each other. Down into 1. Banks gets the nose out ahead yet again in 2.
Oh man, I can see Smith here kind of licking his chops. He's starting to creep back towards these two. Last time by, he was a 10th faster, and it still hasn't completed the pass here from the 35. He'll lead another lap.
No, we've seen a couple times this race. Cars have gone side by side for a prolonged period of time. It's blown up their tires. He's got it for now, but Turner doesn't want to let him hold it because they'll jump to the inside down the straightaway. These side-by-side battles might wear their tires, and that might allow Aaron Smith to get back in it because Turner is giving absolutely everything he's got to get around Joshua Banks and get this lead back. Banks is approaching lap traffic, and that might throw just another wrench into things. We're under 25 to go, and this battle is far from over.
Good.
Turner concedes the position here with 25 laps left. Looks like he falls in line. Gonna try to build up the momentum, nurse those tires back to health after all that defense. Bailey Turner trying to get his 3rd win here in the Saturday Night Racing League. Joshua Banks looking like he might get a win in the column.
Yeah, that would be his second win of the year. This is a great result for him, not just for getting a win, but it would move him further ahead of the cut line in points. He's 10 above right now, would put him a lot more above on those cars with Jeremy Miller and Brian Chambliss back there in 11th and 12th. The cars he needs to beat to have a good run into Atlanta. He's doing exactly what he needs to do right now, starting to pull away from that 24 Bailey Turner as we enter this lap traffic.
Here comes Jeremy Miller. The damage on the back end. Now surging back towards the top 5 outside of Eric Hutton through 3 and 4.
Yep, still moving there down the straightaway. Alex Bell also having a really good run. We've seen him charge up to 5th over the course of this, holding on to that lead in the regular season point standings. This is a bit further back in the field. It's a battle for 15th. Trejo on the inside, Belke on the outside. That 89 car is going to try to pinch the 21 off the corner to get a move going, but Trejo's got a good run on the inside down into 3.
Trejo going to clear there for the 15th position. Tight battle here between Chad Klinger and Ryan Carlisle as well. Position still very much up for grabs in the top 10. You can see McWhorter way up the racetrack trying to defend both Eric Hutton and the 30 of Jeremy Miller. Hutton back on the inside there briefly, but here comes Miller to the inside from the 6th spot.
Aaron Smith struggling, just got passed by that 77 machine of Mark Whitley for the last spot on the podium. They're still side by side. Smith got the run back down the inside into the corner, but he is slowly falling back. Almost identical battles there between those two. Whitley's got around Smith for 3rd. Now Alex Bell is looking. Meanwhile, further back, McWhorter gets around Miller for 6th, and Hutton is looking. So 2 pretty similar battles going on for 3rd and for 6th back here.
He goes back and forth. Nobody can decide who's going to be the top 5. Alex Bell goes by the 70 of Smith as well. And that is the V-Speed Invitational champion in the 70. And just recently, we made fun of him for his graphics, and I think we mentioned that everybody got beat by a banana out on that racetrack. So Aaron Smith, very well known here at V-Speed. Here comes lap traffic. It's really throwing a wrench into things.
Yeah, that's going to really affect this lead battle between Banks and Turner. A bunch of lap cars. Turner needs to get around that 99 machine here, and he will, but I mean, these cars continuing to play a role in this fight. Now Banks is on the inside of the 50 car of Casey Lacados. Here is trying to get this move done on the lap car, and that's just allowing Turner to close up to the bumper of that car. Casey Lacados slowly dropping back to these leaders.
And the lead tightens back up.
I slowed him up as much as I could.
Bailey Turner navigates lap traffic.
That's all right. You're good.
Now clean air in front of the 35 and the 24. I don't know. I don't know if Bailey Turner has anything left for Banks. I think it's a second win as long as we stay green.
Yeah, Banks has really pulled away. That gap was, I mean, they made the pass, and then he's pulled out about 0.4 of a second on him here over the last 10 laps. Banks starting to move away. Aaron Smith also starting to fall back. Whitley would probably be the closest car to him on pace, but he would need to make up 1.6 seconds, and I don't think he's fast enough for that to happen. So with 14 to go, Joshua Banks in a great position to try to get the win, but anything could happen, and 14 to go is still a pretty long time.
Those Fat Boys Incorporated with the 15 of Bell and the 35 of Banks, all on the same strategy. They have a little bit fresher stuff here.
I want it to be.
I know, but last time you said something.
They have the freshest tires in this top 5. That, I believe, is why Alex Bell is just right on the cusp of getting into this top 3 to close this race out. Not
Be as much of a pain as you can to that 77.
Joshua, or actually Jeff Wright, back in the 12th position here.
Like I've been.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot worse than 12th. He's done a decent job of clawing it up as he's really loose out of 2 there.
I mean, we're both flying the hell out of our cars right now, but
it's going to give him a disadvantage going into Atlanta, but it's not an insurmountable run. A good run next week at Atlanta could get him back in the fight for the regular season championship, and Alex Bell is going to make his life harder for sure by getting this 4th and maybe even a 3rd place finish tonight if he can get around that 77 car, Mark Whitley.
Good enough for you? You want high or low?
I want low.
That's what you got to do. Every point counts. Every position is up for grabs.
Oh, I'm tired. I'm
We've got
exhausted.
20 or
Same.
10 laps to go in this race when they cross the stripe. I don't think that Bailey
Yeah,
Turner
you had a
has
little bit
anything
more
left
pace,
for
a little bit
Joshua
more
Banks.
skill when you
Banks
bank
is
six.
starting to check out.
I brought my stuff up by the time I got to
second
fourth.
to come by for 10 laps left.
Yeah, 2/10 just in the last about 4 laps there from Joshua Banks. We've seen him have a long run car, and that's coming into play here because he's getting away
My
with
gosh.
Bailey Turner, Mark Whitley, Alex Bell, and everyone else behind him there in the top 10. Great run for Joshua Banks, who's on pace to get his second win of the season and move himself up the point standings, putting himself in a really good spot for Atlanta next week to make the chase.
Through your top 10, Joshua Banks and Bailey Turner, of course, the top 2 cars they've ran up front. For Bailey Turner, it's been a lot of laps led. Get that graphic up on the screen, 112. So it's over half of this race that Bailey Turner has had the 24 car up there. Don't think he has enough mustard left to get back up to the front. Then you have Mark Whitley, who had an EOL penalty to start this one out from the tail end of the field all the way up to third. Solid night for him. He still has the 15 of Alex Bell, though, to contend with. Bell taking it all the way to the outside, trying to take away that third position. And then we go back to Aaron Smith in 5th spot. Started on the pole. Challenged for the lead a couple times, just not able to get a lap led here tonight. That's unfortunate for him as he's sideways through 1 and 2, drifting. He holds on to it, but here comes some more cars. Here's a big wreck here. Big wreck
Yeah,
in the back.
71 around. 71
got
around.
to be
73,
kidding.
big hit, almost open over for the 73 car. McWhorter
gosh.
contact with the 99 machine of Brandon Wallace almost sends him flipping, and that is the
Why did we
last
need that?
thing that Joshua Banks wanted to see in his mirror.
Why did we need
That is
that?
not what Banks wanted. He wanted this race to start. Now he'll be challenged. Here's the wreck.
Yeah, I mean, I hit you, Joseph, but you brake checked.
Yeah, stacked up after that near spin from Aaron Brown, and it took out about 4 cars behind him. Big damage for McWhorter, for Ryan Carwile, both heavily involved in that, as well as the lap car of Brandon Wallace. Huge hits for all 3 of those drivers late in this race, and that is gonna be a massive blow to the hopes of some of these cars. Ryan Carwile, especially, is one of these cars who's on the playoff cut
Come on,
line
boys.
and
Come on,
needed
come
it
on,
to
come on,
run,
man.
and who is destroyed in that
3
accident.
times I lifted for you and all that, you're right rear.
Well, this starts with Aaron Smith getting
I mean, you
loose
weren't
out
even
of
at the
2,
right rear. You
and
were
that
trying to
checks
shove
him
the
up
fucking
there on
hole
the
that wasn't
outside.
there.
Smith
And then
is
you
able
walked
to
Aaron
hold on
sideways
to
all the
it,
way out of
but
the corner and just run me
he was
over.
saving
Aaron
that
Smith
car
took
to
2.
get out
Now
of
the
the
guy's
corner.
chance was to put out a hit on Caleb Weekly. I can take care of it.
Well,
Gosh, dang it, Jeremy.
I mean, McWhorter brake checked me.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
give a crap. What are you doing?
It wasn't my fault. Aaron Smith got loose on his own in front of us.
We're just trying to get out of the way and avoid this incident.
Yeah.
They were on the
Yeah.
I should have taken 2, damn it. I knew I should have taken 2.
It's too loose.
got that wave around, but instead he has
That's way too
to
loose.
They got cleared for passing.
My left sides were barely worn. I talked a big game about taking 2. I should have.
Trying to avoid that.
Aaron Smith got loose, and me and McWhorter tapped each other, and he brake checked me because I tapped him.
Or Aaron Smith, who's clearly
So Caleb
on the
stayed
He
out.
got it, but
And, I mean, they all just
I didn't need it.
checked up trying to not hit him and ended up hitting each other.
Hey Caleb, how old are them tires?
gosh, man, this sucks.
A couple cars still out on
We
the
had that.
racetrack. Caleb
Yeah, we did.
Weekly is your leader here.
Frickin'
With 65
everybody
laps
being
to
a
the stint.
stupid monkey.
Weekly
I swear.
Hail Mary with 2 races.
I cut McWhorter 3
I
brakes,
guess we'll be
and then he
Probably stay
brake
out
checks
here for
me.
this green white checker, trying to salvage the day in the top
That's what I'm
10.
guessing.
I just don't understand why we can't. Gosh, be smarter.
I don't know. Try to survive.
Who's gonna
Here we
do
go.
it?
Good luck.
Pace car out of the way.
Caleb's not going to go.
2 races left. And Caleb Weekly on the loud pedal. Here we go. Green flag. Aaron Smith on the outside.
There you go.
Lots
What
of
you
wheel
gotta
spin. 3 wide into 1.
Stay in low, Casey, all you.
Joshua Banks, big send up the inside. He knows he needs to go. He's going to try to go. Get up the inside. Big contact
I'm
behind
killed. Okay.
Shoemaker around. And they're wrecking in the back. We're going to have to do it again.
Oh, you
Dang,
fucking
how did I
idiots.
get 4?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Banks.
3
I was racing
spots
him
out,
for
and
maybe I
that
shouldn't
car
do
is
that.
You
not
shouldn't.
driving
I mean,
at
just
all
waste
for Christopher Hodges.
Darn. This whole race
Heartbreak
would
in
have
the
been
last
done.
2
Would have been
laps,
over.
the last green-white checker to
If we
this
just had a
race.
little bit more patience. But no, we got to be
Shoemaker just loses it there.
mad and turn
Gets
somebody because,
contact with car
he
on the
brake checked
inside,
me.
and
Big
they all
whoop-de-doo.
stack up.
No,
They're
he
all
wrecked
so
himself when he
tight
brake
trying to
checked
get
me.
I
whatever
know,
they
I don't
can
care
on
what the
this green, white
situation is.
checkered.
I mean, if we were just
And
a little bit more
everyone
patient.
stacks up behind
A little
this
bit more patient.
accident. Yeah. Down into
Just
35.
stupid.
Maybe he's got a little
Just
loose
stupid
off.
unawareness. Jeremy, you call out people, I'm
Hits
calling
Alex
you out.
Bell in the
All right?
15 and chaos behind.
How about that bounce off the wall there?
Stupid.
Here we go. Let's find out if Aaron Smith can do it over Bailey Turner, who's dominated the race. For the most part, green flag's out, back underway. Second green-white checkered attempt at Richmond.
Aaron Smith will lead him down to turn 1. Joshua Banks is going to try to get the run on Bailey Turner. He's running on the outside, but he can't quite get there. They'll still stay side by side, and the longer they do, the better it is for this 70 car of Aaron Smith. He's on worse tires, and as we come to the white flag, he's got the lead there side by side behind. Can Aaron Smith get away?
1 lap to go, and Aaron Smith could be the first driver for the Clark Print Shop. Pole to EOL. Off of turn 2, looks like they're side by side for second, and Aaron Smith, as long as he can hold on, he will. And here he is, race winner, Aaron Smith from Richmond.
$90.
Finally, somebody does it.
That's the $90, and he's got enough money to afford the spin into the inside wall here now.
I'm dead.
You did it.
Yeah, I wasn't lifting right there.
Sorry about that wall there on the X2 banks. I thought I was going to get clear just barely.
Nah, it's all good, buddy. That was a good race to the finish.